Hi, my name is Gian. I'm one of the voting assistance officers here at U.S. Embassy Singapore. I'll be answering a lot of your good questions coming in here about how to register to vote in this upcoming election. Let's start off here with the first one. So how can I register to vote as an American expat in Singapore? All you have to do is go to the Federal Voting Assistance Program website, FVAP.gov. From there are instructions on how to register for your absentee ballot. What is an absentee ballot? An absentee ballot is what you use to vote when you are not voting in your home district in the US. So since you're here in Singapore, you'll be filing to register for your absentee ballot. So how do I request my absentee ballot? Well, once you've gone through the instructions on the FVAP website, it'll direct you to register with your local precinct back in the United States. From there, you fill out the instructions, mail it back in, and then you'll be able to vote. So when will I receive my absentee ballot? Since you're out here in Singapore, you'll receive it at least 45 days before the election. Once you do receive it, send it in as soon as possible because it'll take some time to get back to the US. In case you haven't received your absentee ballot within time of the election, within a reasonable time frame, make sure you get in contact with your local election office. What is the deadline to register to vote from abroad? This really depends on the state that you're registered from. We recommend that you get in contact with your local precinct to get that exact date, or the FVAP website will also have that information for you. So what if I don't receive my ballot on time? If you don't receive your ballot on time, you can go back to the FVAP website and complete a federal write-in absentee ballot. This one will be sent to your county election commission as well, and only one vote will be counted. So what's the fastest way of sending my absentee ballot from Singapore to the US? Well, the fastest way to do that is through private courier service. That'll get to the US as fast as possible, depending on what you choose for. Alternatively, you can drop it off with the American Citizen Services unit here at the embassy. We have a drop-off box, but do note this can take up to 25 days. So if it's election time, you still don't know who to vote for, and you want to get it to the US as soon as possible, go with a private courier service. So I've already sent my absentee ballot. How can I check the status of it? This really depends on your state. Again, go to your state registration website. They'll have information on how you can track the status of your ballot, whether it's still in process or whether they've already received it. So I haven't lived in the US for the past 10 years. Can I still vote? Can la. As long as you're a US citizen and you meet all the other requirements to vote in your home state and you are registered accordingly, you can still vote. Your voter registration will depend on where you last lived in the US. So if it has been 10 years, you will register with the address that you last lived in. And you don't have to maintain any current ties to that address right now, but for the purpose of registering for this election, that is the address you would use. I just turned 18 and I've never lived in the United States. Can I still vote? Yes, many states allow for this to happen. Make sure you check the local regulations, but for most of the US states, they allow people to vote based on where their parents last resided. Does voter registration affect my tax status? Voting in federal elections does not affect your tax status, but if you do vote in local or state elections, this could have a bearing on your tax implications and liabilities. Make sure you check with a tax attorney if you think this is a concern for yourself. Can I vote at the embassy? No. The embassy is not a polling station. We can assist you with filling out your application materials, registering to vote, and sending it back to the US. But we are not a polling station, and please do not come here on election day. Okay, thanks for all of your questions. If you encounter any problems with registering to vote, check out the FVAP website for all of the resources you need. Thank you again.